Stress is one of the most common things that we humans deal with. Facing a big change, fear and uncertainty, unrealistic expectations are some of the major causes of stress. Some work related stress can be unhappy job, a strict or unrealistic boss, heavy workload, too much responsibility, long hours of work, high expectations, insecurities of getting fired, working under dangerous conditions. Some life related stress can be losing a loved one, unhealthy relationship, major life change like marriage or divorce, nursing an elderly or sick person for long hours. The effects of stress on our mind and body can be temporary and long lasting too. Headache, fatigue, difficulty in sleeping, and difficulty in focusing can be some of the direct effects of stress.
Now that we've spoken all about the causes, the reasons, the effects of stress, let's move on to talking about how we can de-stress ourselves. Hey, hi, this is Anaga and welcome to my YouTube. Today's video is for all you lovely viewers that are undergoing some kind of stress, and my suggestion would be you can pick and choose one or two things from the list that I'm giving right now, like a la carte, or you can choose to pick a Sunday and do all of these together on a single day. Probably you can do this once a week, bi-weekly or monthly, depending on how much stressed you are and how much of a free time do you have to do this. So let's get started. Number one thing is to breathe. I know this must be something that you've already heard several times. Whenever you tell someone that I am stressed, everybody tells you to breathe. But there is a reason why everybody tells you to do this, because it's really helpful. I suggest breathing a method called 4-7-8 method. You sit down in a comfortable position and you breathe in for 4 seconds and hold your breath for 7 and then breathe out slowly in 8 seconds. And when you breathe out, you let all of your stress out along with that air. And if this seems like a longer duration, you can also do 2, 3.5 and 4 seconds as well. Do this for 5, 8 or 10 repetitions and you will see that your body is much relaxed than when you started it off. The second thing that I would say is soak your feet in warm water. All our nerves end in our palms and our feet, and specifically our feet and legs carry the body weight for the entire day and probably the entire lifetime, so they need some pampering too. Soaking your feet in warm water can really help you calm all the nerves down and in turn your body and mind as well. Fill your regular bucket with some warm water, add some salt. You can be fancy and add Himalayan salt as well. Squeezing a lemon helps too, and just sit there for 15 minutes. The third tip that I have to de-stress yourself is to listen to soothing music. Music has a capacity to work on our mood. We usually end up listening to music that our mood is reflecting right now, but you can work the opposite way around as well. You can play a music that would soothe your stressful mind. So I wouldn't suggest listening to anything fast, probably rock or rap. What works for me the most is old Hindi and Kannada songs, some instrumental classical music, and also the sound of rain, sea and nature in general. I'll do one thing. I will leave a link to the Spotify playlist that I'll put together to help you de-stress yourself in the description box below. Don't forget to check that out. The next thing that you got to do when you're stressed is take a walk. And while you walk, don't check your phone or do some random things. Focus on your inside and look at the surroundings. Walking doesn't mean heavy-paced walk itself. You can take a comfortable stroll around your house as well. Walking releases this chemical called endorphins inside our brain, and that helps us enhance our mood. The fifth thing that I have for de-stressing yourself is to laugh. I know when you're super stressful, laughing might sound really hard, but really take a moment to laugh. Probably at yourself, at your situation, or just watch a puppy that's catching its own tail. It does not matter what makes me laugh. It matters what makes you laugh. The other things that you can try at home are taking a warm shower, getting yourself a cup of green tea, meditating, eating healthy, getting some sleep, journaling, hugging your partner, and more. But there is one step that you gotta do if you find yourself stressed continuously and consistently. That will not be solved in any of the above steps that I mentioned. And that is identifying your stress triggers. Is there something specific that is causing you stress? Is it just the peak season in your field, or is it like a regular thing that's happening right now? What is under your control so that you can make your life more stress-free? What is actually causing you stress? The root cause of everything. Analyze all of these. Let me give you an example inside my life. I was in this event planning job where we worked like 16 plus hours during the events, and even when there were no events, we worked like 10 plus hours a day. I couldn't coordinate with the team better. There was kind of a lack in the system in the team itself, and overall it was very, very stressful to be there. Though I had worked with a much wedding planner for almost a year, surviving here for about 3 months itself was super hard for me. Of course, now that I have it all sorted, it's easy for me to tell it, but back then I was super stressed and I didn't know what was causing me the stress, because according to me, wedding planning and event planning was a job that I really loved. But when I really sat down and figured out what is causing me the stress trigger of my life was my job, and I had to make a hard decision to quit. For my mental sanity, for my physical health, I had to call it off. Because no matter how many times I would breathe in and breathe out, no matter how many cups of green tea I would have had, if I did not take the reason what is causing me stress, then nothing that I do will actually make a sense, will make a difference in my de-stressing process. So yeah, that's all for the Gyan for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, because you know you have friends who are undergoing severe stress. And this video has a lot of value because I made it after like researching a lot. With that, we come to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching till the end. This is me signing off, Anagha.